Imagine your emotions as a lush, vibrant garden. Each flower represents a different feeling. In a healthy relationship, this garden is well-tended, brimming with colors and exuding sweet fragrances. But what happens when the weeds of negativity start creeping in? They can suffocate your beautiful blossoms, turning your vibrant garden into a tangled mess. It might not be easy, but when the negativity starts choking your garden, blocking out the sunlight of joy, it might be time to reassess. Relationships are like puzzles. You and your partner should fit together. Each piece, each individual, has its unique shape, contours and patterns that create a beautiful picture when combined. But here's the thing, not every piece is meant to connect with every other. If you're persistently forcing pieces together, causing the picture to distort, it's a sign of strain, dissatisfaction. But when you try to force pieces that don't belong, it's time to acknowledge that maybe this puzzle isn't meant to be completed. One of the most unique ways to know it's time to move on is by looking in the mirror. This mirror isn't just a piece of reflective glass, rather it's the mirror of self-reflection. It's about introspection, about taking a deep dive into your soul. In the quiet moments of solitude, ask yourself, am I still the me I want to be in this relationship? Assess your satisfaction and growth. Ponder upon your aspirations. If the reflection doesn't match your aspirations, it's a sign. Relationships should be balanced. If you constantly feel like you're carrying the weight, it might be a sign to step off the seesaw and find equilibrium elsewhere. Balance in a relationship means feeling supported, having equal give and take, and sharing responsibilities. If you're constantly feeling overburdened, if the scales are always tipped in one direction, it's time to evaluate. Is the relationship still serving you or is it draining you? Remember, it's about balance, not burden. If you constantly feel like you're carrying the weight, it might be a sign to step off the seesaw and find equilibrium elsewhere. Time is our most precious resource. When a relationship consumes more time than it gives back in happiness, it might be a signal to invest your time elsewhere. Consider this, a relationship should be a source of joy, not a drain on your time and energy. It's about the quality of the moments you share, not just the quantity. If the scales tip towards stress, unhappiness, or constant compromise, it's worth asking if this is the best use of your time. When a relationship consumes more time than it gives back in happiness, it might be a signal to invest your time elsewhere. Write a letter to yourself from the future. What advice would your future self give? This is a potent exercise that invites you to tap into your inner wisdom. It's the kind of wisdom that often whispers in hushed tones, drowned out by the cacophony of everyday life. Take a moment to imagine your future self, a version of you who has traversed the path of time, experienced life's ebb and flow, and gained the gift of hindsight. Then, in the quiet corners of your mind, begin a conversation. Ask questions, seek advice. The letter might reveal insights about your relationship that you've been overlooking. It could uncover the strength you didn't know you had. It might even guide you towards decisions that seem daunting today. Remember, this exercise isn't about predicting the future, it's about listening to the whispers of your own intuition. Sometimes your inner wisdom already knows the answer. Lastly, always remember, an open door can be an invitation to a new beginning. Just like the changing seasons, endings are a natural part of life's cycle. They're not always easy to accept, but they often lead to the blossoming of new experiences and opportunities. Consider this. A relationship's end isn't necessarily a failure, but rather a chance for growth. It's an opportunity to learn about yourself, about what you need, and about what you can give. It's a catalyst for change and transformation. Now, imagine stepping through that open door. On the other side, there's a world filled with possibilities. There might be new people to meet, new places to explore, new passions to discover. Yes, it might be scary, but it can also be exhilarating. So when you feel that it's time to move on from a relationship, don't hesitate to embrace the open door. It's okay to walk through it when the time is right.